Hey there guys, it's Ben. I'm just popping in to let y'all know this is a shortened version of my original Jeep Patriot camper tour video. It's definitely more concise and to the point, but if you are curious and wanted a little bit more context and detailed talking points, definitely check out the original video. I have it linked up here and below. I also do have timestamps for everybody, so you can hop around as you please. Also, if y'all are curious and wanted to help me out a little bit, I do have a majority of the equipment and gear that I use for the build listed down below through Amazon links. So I'll definitely get a little bit of something coming back to me. You may notice I don't look as scraggly, tan, and dirty looking like I do in the video. That's because I am back home in California trying to plan my next move. But I do have lots to share, and I do want to create more content for you guys. I really appreciate and was surprised by all the love that popped onto the original Jeep Tour video. It really means so much to me, and I thank you guys so much for that. And before I let you guys go, make sure to ask questions, leave comments, smash the thumbs up button, and definitely, of course, subscribe. I am almost hitting 100 subscribers, and I thank you guys for that, so let's get that going. And without further ado, enjoy the video, guys. Thank you guys so much. Much love. Peace. Hey there guys, it's Ben, and welcome to my video. Since the new year, I left home in Southern California, packed up my life, went full nomad, and have been letting the road and the wind dictate where I'll end up. And no, I'm not traveling alone. Say hi to Pearl, my white 2016 base model front-wheel drive Jeep Patriot, my trusty companion. And I call her by another name, Home. Yes, she is my very tiny, cozy home on wheels. I spent 6 grueling weeks without any carpentry experience during the summer of 2020, designing and building Pearl into a tiny home to house me, the little possessions I own, and the necessities to sustain life. I am absolutely elated at how the build went, due to the fact that a Patriot isn't your normal sized SUV. It's much smaller, adding to the difficulty and the uniqueness of this build. I have yet to see a build such as this. So without further ado, to finally unveil and show you the inside of what my Jeep looks like and how I managed to live within this space, and officially give you the tour of Pearl, the camper. We'll start in the back, or what I call the Cookstation. Let's go! Alright guys, so we start in the back. Let's see how this works. I have 2 tables, one short table, one prep table, and one long table, one cook table. And they both slide out. So you'll see these red and black tabs. You'll just simply pull them out, and there's your table. No hassles. On the long cook table, pull that out as well. It's a little bit longer. This one's a little bit sturdier, so I'll do most of my work on here, and then I'll cook on this guy. On the long table, being a photographer, I have a tripod. I might as well use it for another reason, right? So I use that tripod and stick it under this long table, just for insurance to prop it up. I'll go grab my stove, my big Camp Chef Everest, and plop it onto this table right here. And then to sit, I will grab my camp stool and place it right in front of these tables. So I can just chill, read, cook, eat, and do whatever I need outside. The table will slide in and out very easily, so boom, easy. Hidden away into the platform to be used again later. So let's check out my refrigerator. I have a Dometic CFX3 45 liter in here. It is powered by a Jackery power bank, which I'll show you later. I love having fresh produce on the road, and this holds plenty of food for just one person. So this has been an incredible luxury to have as I'm traveling. So I have it latched up with some paracord. Super easy, you just undo it on the side and let that go, and then the drawer is free to slide in and out. Open up the latch, grab what you need, close it back up, and then slide it back in. Super simple. Then in front of the refrigerator, placed perfectly in between this little space, is 2 utensil holders stacked on top of each other. Again, fits perfectly in this little spot here. Nice and snug. As you go up top, you'll find my kitchen shelf. This is typically where I'll put my pans. I usually hold 2 pans, both cast iron, and then some other kitchen supplies up here. Well, this is my kitchen setup. It's simple, efficient, and it's methodical, at least for me and my purposes, and how the car is actually structured. And everything is in reach, which will be a reoccurring theme throughout the Pearl. Let's move on and let's see my garage. Let's go. All right, garage time. How do we access the garage? We have to take out the tables first. So we slide the tables all the way out, as such. The tables slide all the way out, and you just put them on the side, nice and neat. Pull out the other one as well, nice and easy. And place them on the side. And now all we have to do is just take off these covers. Oh hey, what's up guys? So Pearl's garage consists of 2 halves. The left side would be used for more or less like non-immediate items, like maybe a skateboard, rain boots, maybe a backpack or 2, some jackets. It just depends. And then on the right side, this will be the main compartment. This is where I'll put like a large storage box and shove it in here, and then use that as organization to put all my outdoor gear and outdoor equipment, like rock climbing shoes, water filters, just a bunch of things that I'll need. Fire equipment, axe, knife, maybe a blanket. I'll stuff it in this side. So before we move on, you'll notice on my far left and my far right on this side where my elbow is, you'll notice holes. That's where I put mostly like car equipment stuff, emergency equipment. So like a jack, air compressor, a jumper system, just for emergencies, and you never know. And on this side, like for now, I've shoved the master cable lock in here. I don't know, it needs a home for it. So let's close up the garage and head on inside to Pearl and check out the meat of the build. Now before we head into Pearl, let's open up the living space a little bit more. So I'm just gonna simply adjust the chairs, slide them forward, fold the chairs forward, and then I'll see you right inside. Welcome to the inside of my Jeep, guys. So my build was split up into 2 halves, the left side and the right side of the car. Let's focus on the less chaotic side for now, the right side. And you'll see next to me is the shelving unit. This unit just holds a plethora of things that I own. This first shelf right here is mainly just for books and journals and maybe a DVD or 2. And then the one next door, a little bit bigger one, it works in conjunction with the kitchen. So I use that as another kitchen shelf. So I put my bowls, my cups, my tea, dry goods, things like that, spices, just the normal things you'll find in the kitchen shelf. And then as we go up to the top, the big boy, where the window is, you'll find usually just clothes that I can't fit into my regular closet. So usually that's like larger jackets, cold gear, winter gear, stuff like that. Then if I change the angle, coming from the shelf down to here, you'll see kind of another box here for some reason. It's a hidden storage unit. So this cubby is capped. You just take the cap, pressure fit, put it aside, and you could put more essential things in here. For instance, I have my fan just in case it gets hot, maybe at night or something. So now let's move on to the meat of the build, the main bulkhead on the left half of the car, where you just saw the fridge was on. You're gonna now see the rest of it. All right, let's move on over and let's check it out. All right, folks, we're moving along. So now we get to see the organized mess on this left side of the car. This bulkhead is composed of 5 sections. You've already seen the refrigerator side. Now we get to see the rest of it. That being composed of an outer section, this middle portion, and then the inner, and then we got the closet up top. We'll focus on the outer for now. These 2 shelves and this cubby mainly store primary need items. So this shelf up top will house my Camp Chef Everest stove, and it'll be locked down with these carabiners and paracord, and it'll also store my shovel and maybe toilet roll or a propane tank, and then maybe a roll of duct tape just in case. And as we move down to this guy next to the wheel well, this will typically have my detergent or hand sanitizer and maybe a hydro flask, but mainly it's for the home of my firebox or my ammo box. So inside the ammo box would be just like fire starters, things of the like, backpacking stove, fuel, things like that. And then as we move down into this open air cubby, you'll typically find my, things that I'll just need to grab real quick as I open the door. Like my camp stool, I could just grab it out. My pee bottle, yes, I have a pee bottle. Grab that. Extra propane, I'll stuff it down here. Maybe an axe if I had to make a fire real quick and chop up some wood. Maybe my nata tool or a machete, just in case. Just things like that. It'll always be cycling through just different items as I go, depending on where I'm at and what I'm trying to do. So next door will be my middle section. This is where I house my 7-gallon water tank, which is plenty of water for just one person like me. It'll last me maybe a week or more. And it's held in place with, again, a paracord and carabiner system. So if I wanted water, I'll just unlatch it and then pull it out, grab some water, and then push back in and latch it up. And up top, you'll find a kind of a shelf or a cubby. This is where I keep my drugs. No, not drugs. Up here I keep my vitamin box, just a box with vitamins and personal care items, essential oils, things like that, in this little box up here. So if I switch the angle now, you get to meet the guy that's been powering all of my electronics, my laptop, my cameras, and especially the fridge. This is my Jackery Explorer 1000, and it has been a lifesaver and a huge luxury to have on the road. And it's being continuously charged via solar. That explains this wire running down the side here and outside the car, which I'll get to later. But it's sitting in its little home here with a removable cap. So above the Jackery, where the cap is my kind of pseudo nightstand. So when I go off the bed, I can place my phone and keys and just small items. But for now, it's the home to a very small basket that fits perfectly in this little slot here. And the basket's filled with, personal care items, cleaning wipes, towels, toothbrush, all those things. That'll be placed right here. Alrighty then, let's go see where I keep my underwear. Let's go. Alright guys, if this doesn't induce any claustrophobia, then you're pretty good, like me. I don't complain much. So we're now at the last bit of this bulkhead, the very tippy top section. This is what I deemed my little clothes closet here. I think it's probably the coolest feature out of the entire build. That's just my opinion. But also, it has sliding doors, guys. So I'll show you right now. Front side, open, close. Back side, open, close. That's it. It's freaking cool. And it's just simply a place I can put my clothes. That's what its purpose is. And I'm pretty organized about it. So for like smaller accessories like socks, underwears, maybe a beanie, gloves, things like that, I'll put them in these storage boxes. So they come in and out super easy, just like I just did. And you just open, get what you need, close it back up, and then put the storage box back in its place. So I have two up here, and then the rest of the clothes is just folded neatly, tops and bottoms, and that's about it. That's my closet, guys. But let me show you the cool part of the build. Let's change the angle and show you my kind of art piece, the kind of cherry on top, as you would say, of my build, the last thing I put together. As you can see next to me is this weird little feature right here. What is this? Well, it's my art piece. This is the last thing I put together when I was at the end of the build. This is my little angular pyramid feature that I stuck at the end of this clothes closet. Again, it's also see-through, so it kind of ties everything together and also sets the tone for the rest of the build. Okay, next up, let's get a closer look at the foundation of this build. What's keeping everything up and level, as well as let me show you how I'm utilizing the space behind the chairs, because every space has to be used. So let's go. Now I'm taking you down to the floor. What's the base of this whole monstrosity? So I'll point out really quick. Here's the kind of the sandwich with my black steel frame, and then the subfloor that's carpeted. You can see the carpeted section. And then you'll have the main platform right here, which is the nicer wood on top. So that's my little floor sandwich right there. Then, as you'll notice, there's these handles here, these black handles, and these white fronts. Well, if you thought they were false fronts and were just made to look cool, you're very wrong. They're fairly large 18-inch drawers built into the steel frame. And lastly, you'll notice this little section right here. It's a skinny cubby, and what I place in it is my fire extinguisher, because you never know. So where you see me sitting on my stool here is essentially, you know, when you go into a front door of a house and you have that room, that's basically what this portion of the car is. This is my front door, my main entry point into Pearl, and this is that space. It also doubles as my kind of living room, where I can just sit, relax before bed. I can edit right here when the bed is set up. I can also eat here or just read. But it's not ideal, guys. I know that for a fact. It's very tight, and you can see how cramped my legs are. But I make it work, and it's just a nice place to sit. Let's move on to the other side. So now we switch to behind the passenger seat. So there's a lot of space, again, right here to be used. This is where I keep my kind of organized party of items and equipment here. So the way I do it is a very modular system. It's very organized. So first thing, I slip my toolbox in there under the seat. In front of that, next would be my electronics box, just accessories and plugs right there, right in front of that box. And then as we move to here, this little spot right here, I will put my portable shower system right there. And then next to that, right in this spot, will be my camera backpack, shoved right in there. And then directly behind the seat, on top of the accessories box, would be my portable shower tent. And then when I'm ready to pack up and leave or go for a drive, I'll typically have the second portion of my bed mattress also stacked right here. And then also one of my larger windshield blackout covers stuffed right in there. So it's all modular and it's all organized in a way where I know where everything is. I can grab it whenever I want without any hassles. I'm sure you've been asking the question since the beginning, how the fuck does Ben sleep in this car? Well, this is how I hunker down for the night. I haven't mentioned too much about this section of the platform where it's just flat, but I'm sure it was obvious to you from the beginning that this would be the area that I would sleep on. At this point, let's set the bed up.
The specifications. The subject, a hippie Asian dude with abnormally long hair. Height, 5 foot, 10 inches. Hip width, 14 inches. Shoulder to shoulder, 21 inches. Sleep style, side and roller. Plus, the object, bed platform. Material, wood. Width, 18 1/4 inches. Platform length, 54 inches. Extension, 20 inches with prop stick. Total, 74 inches. Firmness, hard as fuck. Equals a claustrophobic inducing sleeping quarters for Asian dude. But it works.
At this point, once we have a semblance of a bed, we have to make it comfortable, right?
The items. Custom cut mattress topper. First part. Width, 18 1/4 inches. Length, 54 inches. Thickness, 3 inches. With custom made cover with zipper. Colors to match build. First part goes in. Custom cut mattress topper. Second part. Width, 18 1/4 inches. Length, 18 inches. Thickness, 4 inches. With custom made cover with zipper. Colors to match build. Second part goes in. Blanket. Style. Vintage. Material. Llama wool. Wear. Found for 15 bucks at thrift store. Blanket goes on. Pillow. Rolled up blanket in pillowcase. Colors to match build. Pillow goes on. Sleep system. Camp quilt. Company. Enlightened equipment. Material. Down. Temperature rating. Toasty. Colors to match build. Quilt goes on. There you have it, folks. A sleeping arrangement only Jack Skellington can love. And thank you, Asian dude, for demonstrating.
Well, what do you think? It's not exactly big, but it's a bed nonetheless. Now let me show you how I climb in. Well, there you go. Just like a jungle gym. Just some nimble maneuvering, elite parkour skills, and some spatial awareness, and I'm ready to hit the sack. And it gets quite cozy at night too, and it fits me like a glove. It's not as claustrophobic as you may think. If I have my head sleeping on this end, it feels more open over here, and I can still kind of stretch out.
though my legs are a different story. Other than the front portion of my car, which is just your standard driving compartment, I didn't really modify anything else other than adding a dash cam. So that's pretty much all the bells and whistles of Pearl and this camper build. With that said, let me put away the bed and I'll meet you guys outside so I can give you a quick rundown of the party on the roof. Alright, let's go.
I hope you're hanging in there, guys. Come, follow me to the roof. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do a rundown real quick of the roof, starting from the bottom and work our way to the top. The rack system. So my Jeep already has raised rails, so I ended up choosing the Thule Evo raised rail feet. And then to match, I got the Thule Evo wing bars. Stacked on top of that, I got the Rhino rack Universal Pioneer platform, which is a beast. Right in front of me will be my spare tire strapped on top of the platform, locked down with Rhino rack tire straps. Next door will be my Rotopax 3-gallon gas tank, locked down with their specific lock as well. Up front, you'll finally see my Renogy 100-watt solar panel. The cables will run down into the car and connect to my Jackery power bank. I chose all these products for one reason, because of their quality and you can rely on them time and time again. Well, it's been fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed taking a glimpse into my life on the road with Pearl. If you found any joy, inspiration, knowledge, good vibes, and watched from beginning to end, please go smash that thumbs up and share this video to everybody you know. Share it. And if you really want to help a brother out, please go subscribe to my channel. I want to make a more concerted effort to maintain this page and create more content. Another thing you can do for me is, I really want to hear what your thoughts are. Your questions, your comments about the build, about the video, about anything that you saw. Please go comment down below. Ask all the questions and I'll be right there to reply. Lastly, if you really want to keep tabs on me and seeing where I'm at and what kind of adventures I'm getting myself into, go over to my Instagram page and you'll see all the beautiful photos that I've taken so far at Benjamin Shred, and give that guy a big ass follow. He'll really appreciate that. Pearl and I want to wish you all the incredible blessings and love from the road. Pearl, say goodbye. Y'all ready to mosey down the road? Well, you heard the boss, lady. It's time for us to giddy up on out of here. Y'all take care now, you hear? Much love, peace from Ben and Pearl. We out.